I consider myself a cornet player. I play other things for fun. Like I love to play the drums and I love to play piano, and which I've been doing ever since I was a little kid, but the only thing I really play professionally is cornet. I got here in fall of 2005 when I was 25 years old. I'd lived in Denver for 5 years and played a lot there and had great friends there. But the whole time I was there, I wanted to go to New York, and I always knew that this is where I had to be to do what I wanted to do. It's the hub, the central place for jazz musicians. So while there are great jazz musicians all over the world, there are more of them here than anywhere else. So there are some of the best jazz musicians that are living today. I was always extremely attracted to improvising, and that's the main focus in jazz music and the music that I play. So ever since I was a little kid, and I would just improvise at the piano, and I didn't know how to read music, and I didn't take any lessons. Researching the music is really, really important to me, and knowing everybody that played and that plays and what they do has always been really important to me. It's so demanding, and you can't just learn how to play it and then you're set. You know, you have to play every day. It takes constant practicing and warming up and everything. This record is really different, arms and hands, than anything I've ever done, and I really think than anything that's ever been done, because it's such an interesting group of guys. The rhythm section is Bill Goodwin on drums. He's one of the most experienced musicians I've ever worked with. He's worked in the Phil Woods band for 40 years and played with Bill Evans and Dizzy Gillespie and Art Pepper and all these, Chet Baker, all these people, and Mark Elias on bass. And the thing about Mark is he's one of the most incredible bass players alive and that ever lived. Just awesome. Has a completely unique sound and approach, and then he's also just so good at what he does. He's a great composer, and so the motivation for this record was to put these characters together and play this music that I'd written. When I moved to New York, I'd never heard reggaeton music before, because it didn't exist in Colorado. And so I was walking down the street and I was like, man, that song is really popular. That must be like the most popular song. And I didn't know that it was a whole genre. I thought it was one song, because every song sounds exactly the same. So I thought the whole genre was one song. But if you really like that, then you're gonna love it all, you know. But jazz isn't like that. It's very different. It's almost crazy to call all the things that are jazz one word, and that's why a lot of jazz musicians don't like to use the word jazz. So it's a very varied thing. So it's hard to make that popular. You have to come at this music looking for surprises, which a lot of people aren't looking for surprises when they listen to music. So you're not listening to a jazz musician just because they're gonna play your favorite song. It's not about your favorite song. It's about this person and how they play. And there's a misconception that you have to know something about it, or that you have to know something about music, when you don't have to have any theoretical knowledge of music to like jazz, and you don't have to know anything about its history to like it. If you like it, you like it. It's like modern art. If it appeals to you, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. What drew me to jazz was that it's exciting to me. And I felt like even before I knew what jazz was, I was a jazz musician. I think that it's really like something that you're born to do if you want to be an improviser and if you want to be an individual. And there's a lot of really strict music out there that's really great, where the individual musicians aren't really the focus, it's the composition. And jazz is really the opposite of that. It's all about the personalities of the people and you inventing a new sound on your instrument and a new style, and that's why I wanted to do it. I can't imagine being a musician that just plays written music and is supposed to just do it right. I mean, I have to do that a lot and I enjoy it, but I also really want to put my own spin on it.